When you're talking about how many calories you're burning, your age, your sex, your body size, and your workout intensity. You can transform the body in the gym, truly you can. But I've talked about it before, some of you may have heard it. I always believe that coming into the gym should not be for the purpose of undoing what you're doing outside of the gym. So if you are not managing what you're doing outside of the gym, you're gonna come in here, you're gonna burn yourself out, you're gonna try to, that's when you pay close attention to how many calories you're burning in the gym. And that's not what matters when you're coming into the gym. What matters is that you're reducing stress, that you're improving learning, that you're reducing depression, more energy, sleep better, boost immune system, protecting against chronic disease, and you're boosting self-confidence. There are so many, and the list is endless, really, as far as the benefit of what you are getting the second that you step inside the gym or whatever you're doing outside of the gym. You don't have to be in the gym to get the benefit. If you're looking purely to improve the cardiovascular system for better health, just go for a walk. The difference is, what are you looking to get from your workout? If you're looking to transform the body, then obviously your workout is going to be a little bit different, but you still can't concentrate on, okay, am I doing this to burn the calories that I'm consuming throughout the day, that I'm not, managing my choices well? And if you do that, then you find yourself working out for 3 hours, 4 hours at a time. Just worry about, how much am I pushing? What is it that I really want from my body? Am I looking to transform the body? Am I looking just to simply to lose weight? Am I looking just to maintain a level of health? What is it that I want from my body? And what I'm asking from my body, can I maintain that for the rest of my life? I want to get lean. How lean do you want to get? How lean is good for you, good for your body, and can you maintain that? You have to get to a place where you say, okay, my body's amazing. My body's amazing in what it is able to do, the stresses that I can put on it, and the way that it will perform, because each person in here has, the ability to get up in the morning, to walk around, to feel good, and that's really what it equates to. Do you feel good with the body that you're carrying around? Do you feel good in the sense of your health? Do you feel good in standing in front of the mirror? Let's be honest, you have to get in front of the mirror, and that's part of what we see. That's part of what we want. Do I like what I see? Am I overly critical? Am I looking at every square inch of myself bending in ways that I don't bend, like, oh, but look, I'm right here. But we don't really do that at any point in time in our lives. So you have to really look at yourself and to stand there and say, hey, instead of focusing on exactly how it looks, is focus on what it can do and what you can do to make it better. Because each person in here has tremendous power over their choices. Each of you is an adult, and each of you is responsible for what you choose to do with your body, how you choose to feed it, what you choose to do as far as exercise or not. That's all within your control. That's your responsibility. Your body is your responsibility. This body is the only body you're ever going to get. It's the only one. You can do some great things as far as plastic surgery, but it's the only body that you're going to get. The organs that you have, those are yours. The muscles that you have, those are yours. Your hands, all of the tissue that is you, that's yours. That is your responsibility to do what you want with it or not. But then if you complain about it, you have to recognize that it's your responsibility. It's your choices. Your choices, everything is cause and effect. Everything that we do has an equal or similar reaction. Every action that you take, everything. If you stress the body this way, this is what's going to happen. If I eat this, this is what's going to happen. If I do this, this is what's going to happen. Every action has an equal or similar reaction. What do I want from my body? And how do I get it? Biggest part of that? Baby, I was born this way, is what you're eating. Genes play a role in your body shape, your body size, but you have to consider too. I have a really difficult time when you go to a doctor and you talk about diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, all of things that are lifestyle related in many cases, and you talk about a family history of many of those things. Is it a family history of genetics, or is it a family history of poor lifestyle choices? You have to look way back into your family and look at, well, how has my family been eating over the course of the last 150 years? What is really ingrained in their DNA, and what is a result of a history of poor lifestyle choices? And for me, when it comes to eating, it's not about bad and good. It's about what do you want from your body. What I want to try to get people away from is counting calories and getting to listening to what your body really needs. That's scary for a lot of people, to really listen, because if you have never done that, you want things to be so structured. Well, tell me exactly what to eat and when to eat it. I don't want to tell you what to eat and exactly when to eat. I want you to listen to your body and determine what you need to eat and when you need to eat it. 10 to 35% of your total calories, 10 to 30 happens when people start over-consuming protein. Any macronutrient that you put in your body will use for energy. Obviously, carbohydrates are the ones the body uses first. However, protein is going to be used for the organs, muscles, living cells, and almost every bodily fluid in the body. That's what the body will use protein for. But if you consume an excess of protein, where is it going to go? To your ass. Yeah, wherever it is that it goes for your body, it's going to be stored as fat. It doesn't go, oh my goodness, this is protein, let me just pee it out. It doesn't work that way. If you overconsume calories, your body holds onto it and stores it as fat, whether it be in the form of protein, carbohydrates, or fat. Doesn't matter. Each one of these is essential for your body to function the way that it needs to function. Plant proteins are incomplete. The only complete proteins are, in fact, animal proteins. They're the only complete ones. But with a variety of plant proteins, you can get all of what you need. Gorillas are muscular. They're muscular from plant proteins. They're not carnivores. It's just a matter of preference. What do you like to eat? Are you a meat eater? So you just have to think about what you like and what you don't like. If you don't like beans, don't have beans in your diet. It's not to say that you can't get, there's so many foods out there, so many foods, so many natural foods. And the important thing with this, which is why I have on here, Baby, I Was Born This Way, right? Is that everything in our diet has become so manufactured and so processed. Can I eat the way that nature intended, which is get as close to the natural state of these products as possible? If you are consuming animal proteins, could you possibly buy organic or grass-fed? Now, I know there's a difference in price, but two things happen typically. When something is cheap, we buy a lot of it, and we consume more of it. When things are more expensive, we buy less of it, and we consume less of it. Where can you save money? What you're doing for your body is not a place to start cutting costs, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you're doing this right, the potential to cut costs in the long term, as far as healthcare costs and things of that, are much greater than what you're actually spending here. And we spend way too much money on food anyway. Food that we don't need. Food that does nothing for our bodies. Food that is not, baby, I was born this way, right? Food that was created in a science lab. Food that has things in it that I have no idea what they do for the body or what they even are. Chemicals that I'm not sure, one week they cause cancer, another week they don't cause cancer. Quite honestly, I would rather not mess with it. So if I have an option to choose something that I know is sound and has never been there are no studies finding that there are any side effects to it, versus something that there are potential side effects. Carbohydrates, 45 to 65% of your body, especially if you're working out. That's the first thing that the body is going to tap into. If you subscribe maybe to like an 80-20 rule when it comes to eating, like 80% of the time you're eating really to fuel the body in the manner that you want to fuel it. I mean, really to fuel it so that it's performing at its optimal level. And then 20% of, okay, if I want to eat Lucky Charms, I will. But then, that 20%, there can't be guilt with it. So you can't eat the Lucky Charms and then go, shit, I wish I didn't eat the Lucky Charms. Or while you're eating it, say, I should not be eating this. And then you're pissed off at yourself while you're eating it. You're pissed off at yourself after eating it. And then you do what? You drive your car to the gym. You look at how many calories you just consumed and you try to get on a piece of equipment and burn it off. Do you think that's healthy? It's not. So you have to make the decision. You have to make a decision. What do you want more? So many times we get to a place where we have to hate ourselves enough or hate what we're doing enough to make a change. Because if you're doing it and not liking what you're doing, then you're not hating yourself enough to not do it. So if you're eating things repeatedly and having that feeling of, I don't feel good about this decision, while you're doing it, after you're doing it, and then you obsess about it, because often we do, and I've been there. It's been a long journey to get to a place where I'm good with where I am. Many, many, many years of undoing those types of things that left me feeling, and that's where the monkey comes from, is the monkey on the back is making a choice constantly for ourselves that leave us feeling disappointed. But we keep repeating that behavior over and over. That's the monkey on the back. So you have to determine, do I want to get that monkey off my back? Do I want to stop repeating and making those choices that leave me feeling disappointed? Really have to find that balance. Balance, born, best body. You find that balance with all of this in its most natural state always. That's how you get the best body that you want, and not just physically. But if you are feeding your body what it needs to be fed and doing the right things, typically looking the way that you want to look is a natural byproduct of doing that. Quality, 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 quality. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains. If you like pasta, eat pasta. But be aware of how many calories are in a serving, and how much you're actually eating. And are there better choices that you can make with pastas and things like that? Absolutely. Now, when it comes to like rice, white rice, brown rice, I don't care what you eat. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's not a significant difference of what you're getting as far as the nutrients in brown rice versus white rice. You have to think about at that point in time, what do I like better? If you're eating brown rice just because everybody says it's better, but you don't like it, then that's silly. Eat the white rice. Just eat it in moderation. Just with any food that you're eating, like sugar. Do you think that your body knows that you're putting honey into it versus table sugar versus agave nectar versus maple syrup? Does the body know any difference? It absolutely doesn't, and it's going to process it the same exact way. Will you get a little bit more nutrient from honey or from molasses or something else than from refined sugar? Sure, but not so significant. You're not eating that much of it that it's going to make that big of a difference. High fructose corn syrup. Does it make a difference that it's high fructose corn syrup? No, it doesn't. Your body does not process it differently than it does table sugar. The problem is it's too predominant in our diets. It's the calories that matter, not that it's high fructose corn syrup or sugar. What matters is how much of it are you eating throughout the day? How many calories are you actually consuming? And what is it doing for you? So anything that's got high fructose corn syrup in it, do you think that it's doing what you need for your body as far as repair and bodily function? It's not. Can it be part of a healthy diet? Sure, but it cannot be the greater part of the diet. Because otherwise, the body is not getting the nutrients that it needs to repair, to function. So fat, people are afraid of fat. Don't be afraid of fat. Your body needs fat, and your body needs fat to burn fat. 20 to 35% of your fat, or of your daily calories, should be from fat. Where are you getting your fats from? Again, born this way. Nuts. There's nothing to it except that they're nuts. They're not being processed in any way. So if you can eat raw nuts, nuts, avocados, oily fish, salmon, awesome. Plant oils. Those are the things that the body needs. Those are the type of fats that the body needs. Those are the type of fats that are really going to provide the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to your body. The body will be able to repair itself. It is essential for tissue in your body, for your organs in the body. It is also imperative that you eat fat so that you can absorb a lot of the vitamins that we need. A, D, E, and K. And I love dessert. I make it. So I won't go and buy something that's packaged. I will make it myself. If I want brownies, I make it myself. From real cocoa powder and real sugar and real butter. I use butter. I love butter. I don't believe in margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. It's not. If you can control your environment, control your environment. To me, there's nothing more powerful in my choice in saying, okay, I decided I want to have ice cream. And getting in my car, having to make that decision, and going and getting a serving, yeah, it's more expensive. It's more expensive, so I'm not going to do it as frequently. And I will get what I want, not the low-fat version, not the sugar-free version, the real version of what I want. And if I want brownies on it, I'll get brownies on it. But I'm not going to buy brownies from the store and a gallon of ice cream, because you know what will happen? That tray, and I am mindful and I know, but I am just like everybody else, and it's not a matter of willpower, it's the fact that it tastes damn good. But you know what? I'm going to resent having done it, and so therefore I don't even put that option out there for myself. It's not there. It's not available to me. It's not available. Be mindful of your environment. Control all the things that you can control. I could polish off a gallon of ice cream sitting and watching it in front of the television, because you are not mindful of what it is that you're doing. There's a complete disconnect of what it is that you're doing. So if you really want to be mindful, make the plate, sit down at the dinner table, and eat and be mindful. Smaller plates, it works. Those are things that you can do where you feel like, because people want to fill up their plate. If you go to Sweet Frog and things like that, get the small container, because I guarantee you if you get the big container, you're filling it up. You're filling it up. So if you do smaller things, serve yourself, serve your family, put your food away. Don't cook for leftovers. If you're cooking for leftovers legitimately to have them for later, package it. Put it in your freezer or package it in whatever your servings are and put it in your refrigerator. Don't have an all-you-can-eat buffet. Because what will happen if the food is out, you will eat it. You will eat it. So serve yourself what you feel is a serving size on a smaller plate. Sit down and eat it at a dinner table, not at the computer, not in front of the television, not watching a movie, where you are completely aware of what it is that you're doing. We have become so mindless, so we want to do 50 million things at once. We're texting, we're doing this, we're talking on the phone, and it's not losing the weight to fit in a certain jeans or to look particularly a certain way. It's to feel better. And when you're making the choices so that you feel better, everything else starts to fall into place. Everything else falls into place. That you are not willing to go to the length that are required to get that end result. You have to be willing to go the distance to get what it is that you want. I talk a lot about desire, action, focus. Desire is deciding exactly what it is that you want for yourself. You have to have a plan, right? You have to know. We can't just go through life just saying, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Great, because 10 seconds later you forgot what you wanted and you want something else. So if there's something specifically that you want for yourself, consider yourself a business. You are your business. If you went to somebody and said, this is my business, that'd be great. What do you need to present your business? if you want investors or anything else, or to make it successful, what do you need? A business plan. It's not any different than what you want for yourself. You are your business. Create your business plan. You are a degree in a university. There's a curriculum. They don't just tell you, oh, take whatever classes you want and you'll become a doctor. Great. Right? Because if that happened, I would be really challenged with what doctor to pick. Right? There's a reason why there are curriculums. There are reasons why there are certain things that are implemented so that you know what you're getting as the end result. It's no different for what you want for yourself personally. You are your own business. Create your business plan. Decide what you want, really want for yourself. That action plan is that business plan. You have to know exactly how to get it. You can't just guess. You can't just every day walk through life and go, oh, this seems right. No, be deliberate about it. Write it down. That includes like how you're going to eat, how you're going to do it specifically. Those things are important. I don't mean that you have to write down, you know, your menu for the next 20 years. Just be prepared. Be prepared. If you know what your weaknesses are, control your environment. All of those things are part of your business plan. From there, focus is really the most critical part of it. Focus is even when you don't feel like doing it, you do it anyway, because what you want is the most important thing. If somebody said, I don't feel like getting up for my classes, and they're trying to become a medical doctor, I don't feel like it. Are they going to become a doctor? No. If your objective is to go to the gym more, and you set your alarm, and you hit the snooze button, I don't feel like it. What's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing. You will be in the same place that you were yesterday and the day before. So in life, the only way to get something different is if you, in fact, do something different.